So it's been around 2 weeks since the pandemic lockdown, the coronavirus, Covid-19 lockdown laws have been in place. And since then, there's been a significant increase with a lot of issues because, people in isolation. There's an increase in domestic violence. There's an increase, with anxiety, depression, and even feeling isolated. Some people who are isolated don't have no one to talk to, and their only way of socializing or not being isolated was to go out and go to work, or go out and see people and do things and socialize, whether it's through their gyms or their personal trainers, and so on and so forth. So that's all come to a stop, and the increase with mental health issues is on the rise. One thing in particular I want to talk about, and I didn't want to talk about domestic violence now, but one thing in particular is anxiety. A lot of my clients that I've been seeing, and other counselors have been seeing as well, I've been talking to them, and we're seeing a pattern. The pattern is people having anxiety due to unhealthy media coverage that they've been seeing on social media, or on things shared on WhatsApp and whatnot. I get clients telling me, I saw a video, in Italy, the police are rounding up all the people, all the old people. They're rounding them up and taking them away somewhere secret. No one knows where it is. And you can see a video. It's a very short video. And you see police rounding up some old people, and that's it, right? And it looks true that, the police are rounding up the old people and taking them away. But then you just do a quick search and you find that it's not in Italy, right? It was in Indonesia or something. And they weren't rounding them up and taking them away, to some secret spot, some government, underground agency or whatnot. It was just the police telling the old people to go home because it's unsafe for them to be outside. So, unhealthy, toxic media, you're feeding your brain day in, day out, scrolling, and you're seeing just rubbish media, inauthentic media, this made up crap. And some people, thrive off this stuff, and they like to share, like they want to be the first one to share it because it's, maybe they want the likes or the views and what have you. But my message today, very quickly, very short, is limit your time on social media. I know social media now is the only way we can socialize, but we need to find a healthy balance in relation to our media coverage, okay? And secondly, don't believe everything you read or everything you see, okay? And thirdly, this is for the people that are sharing, don't share rubbish, just don't. Stop it. Make sure, verify it. Make sure it's from an authentic source. Make sure it's true, because you sharing that can cause harm to those who are viewing it. There's an increase with clients coming in, and the increase in anxiety and the stressing. We heard on the news last week, a young lady took her own life because of the fears. She thought that it's doomsday. And she didn't want to live anymore because of this coronavirus isolation. And she had other mental health issues. But the point is that you sharing that video, you might think it's innocent, you might think it's nothing. You just want the likes, you want the shares, you want you want to be the first one to share it. But you don't know the damage and the harms that it can cause. So that's just my quick reminder today, is limit your coverage, authenticate things, don't believe everything you hear and read. And lastly, also, even the actual news, like, Channel 9, 10, TV, whatever, even if it's authentic, still limit it, and don't just leave the news playing all day at home, Channel 9 news, Channel 7 news, and your kids are there watching, and it's just don't do that. You need to balance it. And that brings me to the last point also is, talk to your children about it in the most healthy way, not in a way that's going to scare them. Tell them that this will pass, just like we've had pandemics in the past, we've had viruses and outbreaks in the past, and they've all passed. It won't last forever. Okay? And, you know, the quicker we abide by the rules and the laws, and, you know, by isolating ourselves and staying at home as much as we can, the quicker this will pass by. So that last advice with our children, with our families, limit their media coverage and talk to them in a positive way regarding what's going on around the world. Thanks for listening.